Hey, what's up? This is gonna be my very first reaction video. I'm gonna attempt to, do one. Um, don't know how this is going to go because I've never done one. But right now we're gonna react to some horror movie, not horror movies, some horror animations, And let's see how this goes. Let's see.
This happened a few years ago in my old one-person flat. I had a strange feeling that something wasn't right for a few days. Like I was sure that food in the fridge was less than I put back the last time. I found pillows from my couch on the floor.
That's time
Stuff
to
like
move.
that. I lived alone back then, so there wasn't anyone else with access to my flat.
Alright, so 911.
Or so I thought. One night, I woke up at around 1 o'clock in the morning, sweating,
Okay.
and even though I didn't remember, was sure I awoke from a nightmare. Since I was drenched in sweat, I decided to take a shower, so I put my phone up in the bathroom for music, turned on the water, and enjoyed my shower. A few minutes in, I heard the door move. I never close it.
See, at this
but
point,
it still never
he should have
moves.
just left.
I took a look at the shower curtain and saw a shadow against it, and a look at my phone confirmed someone was there, since I could clearly see a reflection in my screen that showed someone standing next to the shower curtain. It took me a lot not to scream and to keep acting like I didn't notice anything, while silently taking the shower head off the holding and turning the water all the way to hot. I'm still kind of impressed of that quick thinking. Our water got really hot when you cranked it all the way up, and a few seconds later, steam was rising, and the water hurt my feet flowing to the drain. I turned around, ripped the shower curtain open, and held the shower head right at the person behind. It was a woman. She screamed in pain. I whacked her in the face with the shower head and jumped out of the shower and ran to the door, taking the key out of the lock and locking it close behind me.
Smart. We're
A
locking
little
doors
later,
now.
she started to bang on the door, but the door didn't give. I called the cops and went to the kitchen to get my big kitchen knife, just for safety. I felt like my throat was closing up when I saw that the knife was missing and realized there's only one place where it could possibly be right now. The police came and arrested the woman, who turned out to have been the former person living in the flat and was evicted after not paying rent. It seems she made a copy of the key and came into the flat when I was at work, and sometimes at night. It's possible that what woke me up in the first place was her, and honestly, I don't even want to think about it. Ever since then, I always insist that the locks are changed when I move into a new place.
I mean, that's something that should be done anyway.
My boyfriend, who I live with, works as a teacher in a town about 15 minutes away by train. He gets home more or less at the same time every day, give or take an hour or so. I, on the other hand, work from home. In late January of this year, we had gotten in a pretty big fight about something stupid. I can't even remember what it was about now, but it was one of those fights where we didn't speak to each other, text, call, or anything the whole next day. So this afternoon I was lying in bed getting work done. It was a Tuesday, and I was pretty sure his last class finished at 1 p.m. on Tuesdays, meaning he would surely be home at 2:30. But around 1 p.m., I heard the front door open and shut. I thought, I guess he's home an hour early today. It was normal for him to skip his last class every once in a while, so I didn't really think anything of it. In fact, I was mostly mentally preparing for the awkward post-fight, "Hey, how's it going?" conversation. So I continued to lie in bed and do my work and wait for him to come in and change his clothes. The bedroom door was closed, and I had earplugs sort of half in, as I usually do when I'm working.
I'm excited about it.
But I could hear the heavy footsteps of him walking around the apartment, as he always does. If we hadn't been mid-fight and I wasn't so preoccupied with the awkwardness of it all, I might have noticed it was strange how slow the footsteps were, or how long he spent walking around the living room.
Oh, okay.
But I was caught up in the dramatics of the fight
Okay.
and didn't think about it. I was just lying there, waiting for him to finally come in. Finally, the bedroom door slowly opened, just a few inches. I turned my head towards the door and prepared to give him a sort of awkward,
You're on your laptop. 911 should have been pulled up on your laptop immediately.
smile. But the door didn't open more than a few inches.
Exactly. See, she should have
I
already had
looked and saw
911.
that it was a woman's hand with red nail polish on the doorknob. Whoever was there slowly closed the door just as they had opened it, without entering the room.
And
I jumped out of bed, ripped out my earplugs, and sort of froze there for a few seconds while thinking
Dead.
rapidly.
you took too long.
My first
Dead.
thought, that was not my boyfriend. Then I thought,
No, done, Sherlock.
could that have been his mom? His sister? The landlady? For some reason I concluded
Okay.
that surely it was his mom or sister. So I opened the bedroom door and walked into the living room. There wasn't anyone there, but the room smelled heavily of women's perfume. Then I came to my senses and realized his mom and sister don't have keys and have never come over before. The landlady has never entered without permission. This was a stranger. I ran back into the bedroom and shut the door, now shaking heavily. There is a balcony connected to the bedroom, so despite the cold January rain, I stood on the balcony and called my boyfriend. He picked up, and I asked him if his mom or sister might have come over unannounced. He told me, "No, don't move. I'm calling the police."
What is this don't move mess?
The police were
Like,
there.
she's
in
already
minutes
there.
and
She's opened the
searched whole
door.
apartment.
There needs to be moving.
Of course, nobody was there by this point. It was weird though. Nothing was missing from the apartment, despite us keeping a jar full of money right in the entrance. Nothing was even touched.
Oh, I'm watching a
In
video
fact,
on iPad, by the way.
It seemed like the intruder came straight to the bedroom, saw my legs on the bed, panicked, and left. Plus, you can't open that big wooden front door without a key. For a few days, my boyfriend and I were convinced it was just the landlady being nosy. I began to feel better. Nevertheless, we demanded that the landlady change our locks. When she came to change them with her husband, she made a discovery. There was a square area by the keyhole that had been scratched away with something. The landlady said surely someone used tools to break into the apartment. Then, a day or two later, my boyfriend told me, "I have to tell you something, but don't freak out." He told me that the orange kitchen scissors were missing. I obviously freaked out. I tore the apartment apart, looking for those scissors. It's been 6 months, and those scissors are gone. So the whole thing is just creepy and weird. A stranger breaks into a nice apartment, but doesn't touch or take anything valuable. Not even the money jar sitting right in the entrance. Takes scissors from the kitchen, goes straight to the bedroom, sees someone in bed, and immediately leaves. I never got to meet the person who opened the door that day. I hope I never do.
Okay. We're gonna end that there. Y'all wanna watch the rest of them? Y'all can go look at them on Martin Animations, which I'm sure I'll have a link in the description somewhere at the bottom. Yeah. Story number 1. I don't understand why we didn't call 911 the moment that we noticed food was missing and you live by yourself. You live by yourself. And your food is gone. What the fuck are you doing? Not to mention, story number 2. This bitch obviously was coming in with the intent to kill because we went to go look for something to stab with. Why? Why when you see that you can go kill somebody, you go hightail it and run? That means you wasn't real, you wasn't ready. What you into my house for? Leave. Goodbye. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know on the feedback, how it looks, all of it. By the way, totally using my brand new iPhone 11 Pro Max to film this video. Want to test it out and see how it goes. I don't have money for, expensive no camera yet. Eventually I'll get one, but we'll see. But thank you guys so much, and bye.